So determination of compressive strength of cement. For determining the compressive strength of cement, we will be preparing a specimen. So the specimen prepared for determining the compressive strength of cement will be a cube of cement. Okay. Now the question is how a cube can be molded from a cement. In order to make sure that a cube specimen is molded, we have to mix cement with water. Cement and water, but you have to add some sand also. So cement plus standard sand. It is not normal kind of sand. You have to use one peculiar type of sand known as the standard sand. So cement and sand is taken in 1:3 proportion, and you are making a paste out of the cement sand mix. Using this paste, you are casting a cement cube. The cement cube will be having the size of its side as 7.06 centimeter, or cross-sectional area of the cube should be 50 centimeter square. You have to cast one cube having a cross-sectional area of 50 centimeter square. So such a cube you will be subjecting to compression loading, and you will be determining the load at which the cube is breaking. Once the cube is broken, note down that load, and that load at which cube is breaking divided by the cross-sectional area will give you the compression strength of cement cube. Okay, now just see one. So compressive strength of hydraulic cement. Compression strength of hydraulic cement. Compressive strength of cement is determined by compressive strength test on mortar cubes compacted by means of a standard vibration machine. The standard sand is used for the preparation of cement mortar. The specimen is in the form of cubes of 70.6 millimeter. So this is the mold. This cube mold will be having one side as 7.06 centimeter. So the total cross-sectional area of the cube will be 7.06 into 7.06, that is 50 centimeter square. So this is the test procedure. I told you that you are using a cement standard mortar having proportion of 1:3. The proportion of cement standard sand mortar is 1:3. So first of all, you have to take 200 gram of cement, and 1:3 is the proportion. So the proportion of standard sand should be 600 gram. So 200 gram of cement and 600 gram of standard sand, and you are mixing them thoroughly. Then you have to add water. What is the proportion of water to be added? P/4 plus 3% of water. You have to add water in the proportion of P/4 plus 3%. Now what is meant by P? P means the water content required for preparing a paste of standard consistency. Here you can see that P/4 plus 3% of water is needed, where P is the percentage of water required for preparing paste of standard consistency. Now the question is, what is meant by standard consistency? You keep standard consistency as such, because after determining the compressive strength of cement, the next test which we are going to study is about the standard consistency. Okay, so even if you don't understand what is meant by standard consistency at this point, it is okay. I will be discussing it today itself. Okay, now place the thoroughly clean, place the thoroughly cleaned and oiled mold on the vibrating machine and hold it in position. Then fill the mold with entire quantity of mortar using a suitable hopper attached to the top of the mold for facility of filling and vibrate it for 2 minutes at a specified speed. Now remove the mold from the machine and keep it in a place with a temperature of 27 plus or minus 2 degrees centigrade and a relative humidity of 90% for 24 hours. So once you have prepared the standard cement sand paste, 200 gram of cement and 600 gram of standard sand is mixed thoroughly, and you are adding P by 4 plus 3% of water, where P stands for water required for preparing a paste of standard consistency. Then after the paste is prepared, the paste is kept in the mold and it is subjected to vibration. Why you are providing vibration? To have the required compaction. If required compaction is not provided, there is a problem that density of the concrete structure will be reduced. So in order to make sure that the density is not reduced, we have to provide sufficient compaction also. Okay. Now once the mold is filled, you are removing the cube from the mold, and you are submerging it in clean water. Now what you are doing is you are placing the cube. You have prepared a cube which is well compacted and which is cured by immersion in water. Such a cube, you are placing it in the compression testing machine and you are loading the machine. So once the machine is loaded, you will be getting a load at which the specimen will be breaking. So the compressive strength can be given as is equal to P divided by A, where P is the maximum load applied to the cube and A is the cross-sectional area. So the compressive strength of cube will be, compression strength is equal to P divided by A, where P is the maximum load applied to the cube, and A is the cross-sectional area. So this is how you determine the compressive strength of cement. So determination of compressive strength is very easy. You have to prepare a cube. The cube is prepared using a mortar of cement and standard sand, and water is added in the proportion of P by 4 plus 3%, and the cube will be subjected to compression loading, and once molded, the cube will be loaded, and once the cube is breaking, determine the load at which cube is getting broken and determine the compression strength by dividing with the area. So that is the determination of compression strength. So when we were discussing the determination of compressive strength of cement, I told you that we are taking water. Okay, the water content required for preparing the mortar is P by 4 plus 3%. Now what is this P? I told you that P is the water content required for producing a paste of standard consistency. Now my question is, what do you mean by standard consistency? Okay, let us see what is meant by standard consistency. Standard or normal consistency of cement. So the apparatus or equipment used for determining the standard or normal consistency of cement. Okay, you have one apparatus or equipment for determining the standard consistency of cement. That apparatus you call as a Vicat apparatus, V-I-C-A-T. Here you can see that is Vicat apparatus. This Vicat apparatus is very important. You have several tests on cement which is performed using this Vicat apparatus. Right now I told you that the standard consistency of cement is determined using the Vicat apparatus. Similarly, there is one test known as determination of initial setting time of cement. There is another test known as determination of final setting time of cement. So these determination of initial and final setting time of cement will be conducted using a Vicat apparatus. So Vicat apparatus can perform three tests: determination of standard consistency of cement, determination of initial setting time of cement and determination of final setting time of cement. Now let us see what is the principle or how the procedure of determination of normal or standard consistency of cement. The consistency of cement test is performed to determine the amount of water content that is to be added in cement. I repeat, the consistency of cement test is performed to determine the amount of water content that is to be added in cement to attain the standard consistency or normal consistency. That means standard consistency or normal consistency is a term measuring with the amount of water. How much water you need to add into the cement. How much water need to be added into the cement sample so that the paste you are producing is having standard consistency. Let us see. Or in other words, you can say it is the amount of water added in cement. Amount of water added in cement to penetrate the Vicat plunger up to a depth of 5 to 7 millimeter from the bottom of Vicat mold, or 33 to 35 millimeter from the top of the Vicat mold. So I'll show you the picture of a Vicat apparatus. Here you can see this is the Vicat apparatus. So at the bottom of the Vicat apparatus you have one plate, you have one glass plate, and over the glass plate you can observe one Vicat mold. So there is one Vicat mold. There is a kind of mold known as the Vicat mold. What is happening in standard consistency test is you will be preparing a cement paste, and the cement paste will be filled in the mold of the Vicat apparatus. The mold I have already shared. So within the mold you have filled the cement paste, and you are allowing, here you have a plunger. You are allowing the plunger to drop into the Vicat mold. You are allowing the plunger to drop into the Vicat mold. So what is the depth of penetration of plunger? Using the Vicat mold, using the Vicat apparatus, you are filling the Vicat mold with cement paste, and you are allowing the plunger to penetrate into the Vicat mold. What is the depth of penetration of the plunger? If the plunger can penetrate 5 to 7 millimeter from the top of the mold, or the plunger can 5 to 7 millimeter from the bottom of the mold, or 33 to 35 millimeter from the top of the mold, the water content required for that particular penetration you call as the standard consistency. I hope you are understanding something. So let us see what is the procedure. You are taking 400 gram of cement in a bowl or a tray. Now you are assuming that 28% is the standard consistency, and 28% of water is added into the cement, and you are mixing it, and you are thoroughly making the cement paste. Once you add water into the cement and you start mixing, and the time by which you obtain the cement paste, okay, the time between the instant at which you are adding water and the time at which a cement paste is obtained, you call that time as the gauging time. Now once the paste is mixed thoroughly, you are filling the paste in the Vicat mold, and from the top of the Vicat mold any excess paste projecting out will be removed using a trowel. Now you are placing the Vicat mold on the glass plate, and you are placing the plunger of the Vicat mold. I already showed you the diagram for Vicat apparatus. So within this mold you have placed the cement paste sample, and this Vicat mold is placed on this glass plate, and you are allowing the plunger to touch the surface. Now what you are doing is release the plunger. Okay, you are releasing the plunger, and the plunger is allowed to penetrate. Plunger is allowed to touch the surface of cement paste in the Vickett mold and it should penetrate. So once the plunger is allowed to penetrate, there is one scale attached to the plunger. I can show you that scale also. Here you can see that there is one scale is attached to the plunger. Using the scale, you just note down whether the penetration is 5 to 7 millimeter from the top of the mold. Now repeat the same experiment by adding different percentages of water until the reading is between 5 to 7 mm on the Vickett apparatus scale. Is it clear to you? There is one apparatus known as the Vickett apparatus. Vickett apparatus is used for determining the standard consistency of cement. There are some other tests also to be conducted using a Vickett apparatus. The other tests which are conducted using a Vickett apparatus being determination of initial setting time of cement and determination of final setting time of cement. So what is happening? Within a Vickett apparatus, you have a Vickett mold. You are placing a cement paste in the mold of the Vickett apparatus. How you will be preparing the cement paste? You are taking some amount of cement and you are adding some percentage of water. Say assuming that 28% is the water content. 28% need not always be the water content, but you are assuming that 28% is the water content for producing a paste of standard consistency. So you are mixing cement with 28% of water and you are preparing a paste. This paste you are placing in the mold of the Vickett apparatus, and this Vickett apparatus mold is placed on the glass plate provided on the Vickett apparatus. Now you are allowing a plunger to penetrate. You are allowing a plunger to penetrate into the Vickett mold. Using the scale provided on the Vickett apparatus, you are noting down the value at which a penetration of 5 to 7 millimeter is occurring. The water content at which 5 to 7 millimeter penetration has occurred, that water content you call as the standard consistency of cement. Okay. Now, I told you that using the Vickett apparatus, you can have a number of tests conducted. One being standard consistency. Another test which you can conduct using a Vickett apparatus is the initial and final setting time of cement. What do you mean by initial and final setting time of cement? I told you that cement on reaction with water or cement, once it is undergoing hydration, will be forming a hard product. So how much is the time required for setting? There are two types of setting time. One is initial setting time and the other one is final setting time. Initial setting time means the time at which the cement paste loses its plasticity, and final setting time means the time by which the cement surface will not form any impression once some hard substance is falling on its surface. This is the general concept about initial and final setting time. The exact explanation and exact procedure for determining the test I am going to discuss now. Initial setting time of concrete is the time when the cement paste starts hardening. Okay, what is the time at which the cement paste start to harden? You call that time as the initial setting time. And there is one more setting time that is known as the final setting time. The final setting time means it is the time at which the cement paste has hardened sufficiently in such a way that a 1 millimeter needle will make an impression on the paste in the mold, but a 5 millimeter needle does not make any impression. Let us see. So initial setting time means it's the time period between addition of water to cement till the time at 1 millimeter square section needle fails to penetrate the cement paste placed in the wicket's mold 5 to 7 millimeter from the bottom of the mold. You have one needle attached to the plunger of the wicket test apparatus. That needle is having a 1 millimeter square side. You are placing a cement paste within the mold of the wicket apparatus, and you are allowing the needle to fall onto the specimen kept in the wicket mold. So the needle will fail to penetrate the specimen. That time period you call as the initial setting time. Now, final setting time. I told you there are two types of setting times, initial setting time and final setting time. Final setting time means you are adding water into the cement and you are allowing a needle having 1 millimeter to make an impression on the paste. So that 1 millimeter needle can make an impression. Then you are removing the 1 millimeter needle and you are having a 5 millimeter attachment. You are having an attachment having side of 5 millimeter. That 5 millimeter attachment will not be making any impression on the surface of cement paste. That time you call as the final setting time. Now, some technical aspects of concrete setting time. What do you mean by setting? I already told you that setting and hardening is not the same. Setting means the specimen will start to lose its plasticity, but hardening means the specimen will start to gain mechanical strength. The specimen will be gaining mechanical strength. That is known as a hardening. Now, setting time is the time required for stiffening of cement paste to a defined consistency. Initial setting time. What do you mean by initial setting time? Initial setting time is the time when the cement paste will lose its plasticity. Whereas final setting time is the time when the cement paste completely loses its plasticity and it is not able for a plunger to make an impression on the surface. Now, let us see the test procedure. We have already seen